With the future work that people are talking about is that artificial intelligence specifically is going to bring automation and potentially job loss. We're moving beyond simply robots replacing manual work to artificial intelligence taking the place of thinking work. And so people that have, in some cases, high levels of education, high paid jobs, could find themselves now in this environment where their job could go away. If you rely on just doing one thing and doing it over and over again, your job is at risk. That's the bottom line of the future of work. To be prepared to be able to do well in the future, you need to up your game. You need to be able to do something the machines can't. And that's mostly critical thinking, sort of a reasoning. A lot of it is about creativity, but being able to apply it to a real problem, to a real situation that has real value in the society or in the economy. And people need to have the ability to find that, and they're probably going to be changing it many times during their life, because it's not going to be one thing for your whole life, because things are also going to constantly be changing. So people are going to keep learning, and they're going to keep changing throughout their entire life. Well, this has huge implications, for example, for higher education. Because, number one, a lot more people need what higher education has to offer. That's good news, but in the short run, it's a real problem. Because the capacity of the system to serve lots more students is already a problem, and it's going to become an even bigger problem because people simply need the education. There's no real substitute for it. But what people need to learn is also changing. And that's the next big issue to deal with. People need much more experiential learning, much more learning that is real world based, that integrates the academic and the practical in ways that we're not really that good at in most fields. You find pockets where this is happening, and there's certainly many programs, many fields, many institutions where this is happening, but it's not happening enough, and pretty much everybody's going to need that kind of experience in the future. These are big problems, and the solutions are going to have to be big. So foundations, for example, that have worked on a particular issue or worked in a particular place are finding out that it's not enough, that they are part of this much larger global conversation about these big issues. So the idea of coming together with other people that are dealing with similar issues, similar problems in their own environment, in their own place, coming together, sharing information, sharing what works is very valuable for everybody that's involved. But there's also a need to have conversations across fields. So higher education needs to talk to employers, and employers need to talk to government, and government needs to talk to the foundations, and everybody needs to be involved in the same conversation about how to respond across the entire system.